Welcome to the Future Strong podcast. We're going to dive into something super important for leaders in this crazy, fast-paced world we're in, and that is artificial intelligence, like really getting a grip on AI.
Yeah, for sure. And the research we're looking at today just really drives home how crucial it is for executives to, like right now, develop their AI skills.
Absolutely. And we're going to cut through all the noise and give you the need-to-know info so you can see why AI competency is, well, it's not optional anymore. It's essential for being an effective leader these days.
It really is, yeah.
So let's just jump right in.
Okay.
A potential pitfall that's been identified is, well, a pretty big blind spot when it comes to AI and how much it's already being used within organizations. What do you think?
Yeah. There was this report that came out in January 2025, and it showed this really surprising disconnect.
Oh, yeah.
C-suite leaders, they think only about 4% of their employees are using generative AI, like heavily in their work every day.
Oh, wow.
But the reality is, at least 13% of employees are using AI tools regularly for a good chunk of their tasks.
So we're talking like more than triple what those executives thought.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
It is. It's not just like a small miscalculation.
Yeah.
This is a real leadership blind spot, and I think
Yeah.
it has some pretty serious implications.
Definitely. I mean, where do you think this massive underestimation is coming from?
Well, I think it often comes down to a lack of visibility into like what individual teams are doing, their daily workflows.
Okay, yeah.
Executives might be focusing on the big picture AI stuff,
Yeah.
the strategic initiatives, but they're missing how it's being adopted, at ground level
Oh, interesting.
in areas like content creation, data analysis, customer support.
Right.
All those things are being boosted by all these readily available AI tools.
Yeah, totally.
And that kind of gap can have, well, major consequences for how productive a company is. Their workflows, their output.
Yeah. If leaders don't even know how AI is being used, they can't really get its impact or manage it well.
Exactly.
And that lack of awareness, I mean, it can open companies up to some risks, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Everything from security issues to like compliance problem if AI is being used in ways they don't even know about.
100%. And, this blind spot can lead executives into some vulnerable positions.
Okay. So tell me about these vulnerable positions.
Yep.
What are some of the common traps that executives are falling into when it comes to AI?
All right. So the first one, which goes along with the research we just talked about, is investing in AI without a clear plan for how to actually integrate it into what they're already doing.
Okay.
So companies might be like throwing money at AI tools,
Yeah.
but if they haven't thought about how their teams are actually going to use them,
Yeah.
it's like buying a fancy piece of equipment and it just sits there gathering dust.
You can't just buy a magic AI wand and expect everything to be magically transformed.
No, you can't.
There needs to be a plan for how it fits into like everyday work.
Exactly.
Have you seen a company fall into this trap?
Oh, yeah. We've seen companies invest tons of money in these like super sophisticated AI-powered data analytics platforms, but they don't train their data analysts on how to use them,
Oh, wow.
or they don't change how they collect data to
Okay.
like feed the AI the right info.
Okay.
So you end up with this really powerful system
Yeah.
that generates reports that nobody understands or trusts.
It just becomes a really expensive paperweight, basically.
Right.
What's another vulnerable position you're seeing?
Another one is this urge to replace people with automation,
Interesting.
to just get rid of human talent and automate everything.
Right.
We saw some data showing that almost a quarter of U.S. companies have already replaced workers with stuff like ChatGPT.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's a big number.
And I bet that approach has some downsides.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
AI can definitely automate some tasks, but if you only see it as a way to replace people,
Yeah.
you're missing out on the unique skills that humans bring.
Oh, totally.
Creativity, critical thinking.
Right.
It can also cause a lot of disruption and hurt employee morale.
Yeah. That number, almost a quarter of companies replacing workers, that's pretty alarming. Are we seeing any data on what types of roles are being replaced? And what does that mean for those companies long term, like for innovation and stuff?
Those are really good questions. It does seem like a short-sighted approach to just see AI as a way to cut costs by getting rid of jobs.
Yeah. What's the third vulnerable spot that executives are finding themselves in?
So the third one is the total opposite of that. It's avoiding AI completely.
Oh, wow. So the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Some executives, they might be unsure about the technology or skeptical of the benefits,
Mm-hmm.
or Maybe they just feel overwhelmed by it all.
Yeah, I can see that.
Some research showed that only about a third of CEOs really trust AI to be a part of their key processes.
But avoiding it altogether can't be a good strategy, can it? It seems like ignoring a really big change that's already happening.
It is a risky move. I mean, caution is understandable, but if you completely avoid AI, you might miss out on huge opportunities
Right.
for efficiency, innovation, staying ahead of the competition.
For sure. So we've talked about how this lack of awareness and these pitfalls can really hurt. But let's switch gears to the positive stuff. How can AI actually make leaders better?
Okay, yeah.
You mentioned three key
Right.
ways.
The first one is enhancing organizational vision.
Mm-hmm.
AI can be like a strategic co-pilot for executives if they use it right.
A strategic co-pilot. I love that.
Yeah.
How does that actually work?
Well, think about it. AI can go through enormous amounts of data way faster than we can.
Right.
So it could do things like regular pestle analyses, looking at all the factors that could affect a company.
Mm-hmm. Political, economics, social, all that.
Exactly. It can analyze what competitors are doing to help find opportunities and ways to stand out.
Interesting.
It can even help predict future demand and optimize operations based on that. And it can come up with ideas for new products or services based on trends that are popping up.
So it's like having a super-powered research assistant that can see patterns and things we might miss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And these analyses can point out some uncomfortable truths,
Right.
weaknesses or warning signs that might have gone unnoticed. But ignoring those isn't exactly a good leadership strategy.
Yeah. You got to be willing to face those things head on. Makes sense. So what's the second way AI can make leaders better?
The second way is by totally changing how teams communicate. AI isn't just about analyzing numbers. It can help us connect with our teams better and even navigate conflicts.
That's pretty cool. I wouldn't immediately think of AI for better communication. How does that play out in real life?
So there was this study that found that AI can actually write empathetic responses.
Really?
Yeah. So you can use AI to tailor your messages to each team member
Interesting.
based on how they like to communicate or what's going on. You could even practice tricky conversations with AI to get better at them.
So like a communication coach you can carry around.
Kind of, yeah.
Hmm.
It can also help you give and get feedback better, by suggesting different language. And it can even help you come up with strategies for dealing with conflicts at work.
That's actually really helpful. And I remember some experts were saying that AI can actually help leaders become more compassionate and empathetic. That's pretty unexpected, isn't it? I wouldn't have thought technology could help with something so human. What's the third way AI can make leaders better?
Yeah, they talked about how AI can help leaders tap into those really human parts of leadership, especially when they're feeling overwhelmed or stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third way is by making you more self-aware. AI can be like an objective partner, helping you reflect on your own development as a leader.
An objective, reflective partner. I like that. Tell me more.
Well, imagine AI helping you see your blind spots
Okay, yeah.
by looking at how you communicate or solve problems. It can also push you to ask yourself the tough questions you should be asking as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it to create a personal growth plan and even challenge your own assumptions about difficult situations.
So it's like having a really honest, unbiased mirror showing you your leadership style.
Exactly. And because it's personalized to you, it can sometimes find patterns and solutions that even really self-aware executives might miss.
Wow. This is all super valuable, but it's not just about you developing your own AI skills, right? You got to think about your teams, too.
You're absolutely right. Executives have a responsibility to get their whole workforce ready for a workplace where AI is everywhere.
For sure.
And the most important thing they can do is invest in training for their employees.
That seems obvious. But is it actually happening?
Well, the research we talked about said that about half of employees want formal AI training, but they're not getting it.
So there's a big gap there.
Yeah. The good news is that even people who might be resistant to AI at first can get comfortable with it if you introduce it in an accessible way and gradually bring them on board.
So make it approachable and not scary.
Exactly. And for the training to be worth it, it needs to be well designed, effective.
Right.
It should break down complex ideas into easy to understand chunks
Mm-hmm.
and be engaging and practical for adults.
Total.
Good training focuses on building skills during the training itself, not just expecting people to learn on their own later.
Okay.
And the best programs really encourage people to keep exploring and learning after the training is over.
And I bet when employees see how they can actually use these AI skills in their work,
Yeah.
they're more likely to actually use them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When they see how it can help them every day, they're much more likely to use it in a way that aligns with the company's goals and guidelines. And it's important to remember, even without formal training, employees are already using AI.
Oh, that's true.
The difference is with training, they'll be using it more strategically and responsibly.
Okay, so for the executives listening who are ready to take action, what are 3 things they can do right now to start using AI better?
All right, so step one is start small, but be consistent.
Okay.
Set aside some time every week, even just an hour, to practice using AI to improve how you communicate.
Right.
If you're not sure where to begin, think of a communication challenge you've been facing
Mm-hmm.
and ask AI for some ideas on how to approach it differently. And don't worry if it feels a little weird at first. That's totally normal.
It's good advice. Just dive in and try things out.
Exactly.
What's the second step?
Step two is to run a strategic analysis,
Okay.
but use AI to do it.
Oh, okay.
So have AI conduct a pestle analysis for your company. You could even tell it something like, analyze the current political landscape and tell me what potential impacts there could be on the industry sector over the next 12 months,
Right.
considering factors like, and then list out what you want it to consider. And if you've already done one recently, set a reminder to run it again in a few months to see how things are changing.
That's a great way to really use AI as that strategic co-pilot we were talking about. So
Yes.
what's the third step executives can take?
The third step is to actually get the ball rolling on AI training for your staff. Talk to your current training partners and see if they offer AI programs or start looking for new partners who specialize in that area.
So take action on a personal level and an organizational level.
Exactly. I mean, the AI revolution is here, and it's going to be challenging, but for those who embrace it,
Yeah.
the opportunities are huge.
They really are. Developing your AI skills and preparing your company are essential for staying competitive.
Yeah, and if you ignore this change, you could fall behind, not just compared to your competitors, but even compared to your own teams.
That's a good point. So as you're thinking about all of this, here's something to consider. What's one small step you can take this week to start using AI in your leadership? Doesn't have to be a big thing, just a starting point.
Yeah, just start somewhere.
That's all for this episode of the Future Strong podcast. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
Catch you next time.
See ya.